have a bunch of leaks for the upcoming season of Pokémon GO, and I have to tell you, some of the content that is coming is actually really exciting. Of course, this is a leak and it's not necessarily anything that's officially confirmed, but the person that is leaking this information was incredibly accurate with the previous season, so I tend to trust it. I'm going to be going over everything that was leaked in this video, so let's roll the intro and get right into it. Alright, how's it going everyone? It's me, it's Jinsula. I hope you're having a good day and welcome to today's Pokemon Go video. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of leaks for the next season, and I have to tell you, there's a lot of cool stuff in this leak that I'm actually looking forward to. And I have to say, some of the community days that were in this leak are actually really cool, and I'm really hoping it ends up being true. So let's go over this leak right now. So, in the month of September, the community day is going to feature the Pokemon Grubbin, and this is something that I had no idea would be a thing, but yeah, Grubbin is supposedly going to be the community day of the month of September. Next up, we have a Festival of Lights event that's going to feature the Pokemon Tadbulb. We're also going to be getting a Psychic Spectacular event featuring the Pokemon Solosis, and it's going to have its shiny form make its debut. This is supposedly going to be happening at the end of September, so that is something we could potentially look forward to. And also sometime in September, we're also going to be getting an Oddish Research Day, which I think is actually pretty cool, because for me personally, I actually really enjoy limited research days, and I really feel like it's a type of content that Niantic should do more often. Having Oddish as the highlighted Pokemon does make a lot of sense, but it would have been really nice if Oddish eventually got its own community day, and I'm still holding out hope for that in the year 2024. Next up, the community day in October is going to feature the Pokemon Timburr, and this one is a little bit interesting to me because typically in the month of October, they go with a Halloween themed community day like a ghost type or a dark type, but this time around it looks like it's going to feature the fighting type Timburr. But honestly, no complaints there because Timburr is a community day that a lot of players were widely anticipating. Timburr evolves into Conkeldurr, which is of course one of the best fighting types in the game, and a lot of players were wondering if it would ever get an improvement to make it number one once again. I don't necessarily think a community day move is going to be good enough to make it the top fighting type attacker once again, especially when it comes to Terrakion with Sacred Sword. That one is the absolute king, and it's going to be really difficult for a Pokemon like Conkeldurr to ever top it, but we might actually get a really good PvP move, which will give it a lot of type coverage, and we saw something similar with Machamp. Moving right along, we're going to have a Harvest Festival event in October featuring Smoliv. I'm guessing this is going to be the Halloween event, but I'm really disappointed because it looks like we're still not going to be getting Mimikyu. But of course, the Harvest Festival event may not necessarily even be the Halloween event. It could be the fall-themed event, which typically happens around that time, and I kind of hope that we still end up getting Mimikyu this year, considering that it is the second time it was teased in the anniversary picture. Next up, we're going to be getting our second Hatch Day in the month of October, and this time it's going to be featuring the Pokemon Azurill. Now, in my opinion, Azurill is not the right Pokemon to go with when it comes to a Hatch Day. I really feel like they should have gone with Igglybuff or Cleffa. I think those Pokemon have a lot more significance, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe because we've had so many Meryl-themed limited research days and various non-community day style events that I just feel like it's kind of overdone at this point. So having Azurill be the spotlighted Pokemon for the second ever Hatch Day, I really feel like that's a bit lame and uninspired, but maybe that's just me. Now, sometime in the month of October and November, we're gonna have another Community Day Classic, and this time it's going to feature the Pokemon Mareep. And then finally, in November, the Community Day is going to feature none other than Wooper and Paldean Wooper. So yeah, honestly, if these leaks are true, there's a lot of exciting content that we could look forward to. The community days are actually looking pretty good, and I'm wondering what the gameplay significance of them is going to be. Maybe Conkeldurr will get itself a really good fighting type fast attack or charge attack that will make it number one once again. But I do think that's going to be a bit of a tall order considering Terrakion's power right now. But yeah, in the future, we might get Shadow Timburr, and that is something you do need to keep in mind. So maybe there will be some potential if it gets a really good fighting type attack. But my speculation is that Niantic is going to go with some sort of PvP coverage move, because that tends to be what they do with Community Day. Now, I don't necessarily know how credible this leaker is, but the previous season, they were incredibly accurate. Like, they correctly predicted that Poliwag would be a community day, and a lot of people had doubts about that, and they correctly predicted the release of Mega Tyranitar. So I tend to trust this leaker, and there is something here that may actually come to fruition, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'm really curious about how the next season is going to go, and I'm also really excited as well. But in any case, yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to share everything that was a part of this leak, but of course, because it is a leak and not something official from Niantic, make sure you take it with a grain of salt. These leaks tend to be either really accurate or really inaccurate, so don't necessarily take this as gospel. Just treat it as a bit of a teaser and have a wait and see mentality. But yeah, let me know your thoughts regarding everything that I talked about in this video. Was there anything in this particular leak that you are specifically looking forward to? Definitely share all that in the comments and let's have a great discussion. And thank you so much for making it to this point in the video. If you ended up enjoying it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if it's your first time here. And also, don't forget that little bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support my channel in any way, big or small, then do consider checking out the links in the description below. For all my patrons, they get a permanent spot on my in-game friends list. So if you want to interact with me in some way within Pokemon Go, like with remote raids, then do consider becoming a patron on Patreon. And of course, if you want to support my channel non-monetarily, you could follow me on social media on the following platforms. My handle is @Jinsula, so go and look for me there. And yeah, with that said, that's going to be it. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.